I'm Roy Kamen, and this is the first in a series of book readings of the book I wrote, Karate Beneath the Surface, by Kenneth Kamen. A little history. I started the seeds of this book back in about 2015. I was walking along the beach and I was practicing, that section. Reach out, there, pull. Well, I was walking along the beach doing this, and you remember that cartoon with that little guy that used to walk around all mopey and depressed, and it was always a cloud raining on his head, and he was always depressed, and he was suffering all the time. So there I am on the beach practicing curl and foot, and I looked up, and I saw that dark cloud over my head, a cloud of suffering. So I naturally, instinctively reached into it, grabbed it, yanked it in, kind of processed it with my internal energies, and threw it away. I landed on my butt in complete tears. And I said, what the hell just happened to me? I've done that kata hundreds of times, and this has never happened to me. Well, I did it again, same thing happened. Did it again, same thing happened. I was perplexed. I didn't know what the heck was going on. Anyway, a few days later, I'm home doing sanshin, and I'm here, and I decided to open my hands, and I decided to breathe in. And suddenly, I felt a two-way energy. I felt, what's the word I can use? Love. I don't know what the word is. Going up and out into what I'd say God, the spiritual world, the universal powers, and simultaneously, kind of like a tree as it grows, it absorbs sunlight and carbon dioxide. Sorry. I started to feel this energy coming into me as I'm reaching up and breathing in. I'm feeling this power come through my hands. And as I closed my fist, it concentrated in my tanden. It was wild. And my karate was very, very strong. I also started tearing. I said, something's up with this. So I started researching upright sounds in prayer and all this other esoteric stuff about the arts, trying to understand what I was going through. And those were the seeds of my book. So I'm going to start the series by reading somewhere in the middle now. I got to put my glasses on. I'm going to be 70 in a couple of months, and I've been practicing karate since I'm 12. This is my book. I'm going to start on page 33, chapter 3. Interesting, huh? Cultivating the Way. So this will be a series that I'll be reading, and follow along if you're interested. Chapter 3, Cultivating the Way. There is no gate on the way of life that refuses entrance to those who want to pass through. If you want to go somewhere, take any way. There are thousands and all are equal. If you luckily succeed in your goal, the way will disappear and you will become the way. This is an old Zen Buddhist saying. I think of it often as I practice my karate. Great forests develop from a single seed. Tall buildings start with one brick. The same holds true for karate. Along my path, I have had many realizations about the training and all that goes into it. These are several of those revelations which shaped my thoughts and feelings. Without these fundamental concepts, I would never have found my way. I'm going to skip forward now to page 55 in chapter 4, Growing Old. What can I tell you? We all grow old. Hopefully, beats the alternative, doesn't it? Okay, growing old. As I approached my 58th birthday, I began to think about my future. I had been out of class for several years after a knee surgery, practicing on my own. Being honest with myself, I had not been stretching nor strengthening my body as I should have. I had not been practicing my kata with full heart, nor with much strength. My body had begun its decline into old age. 58. I decided to go visit my 92-year-old mother, who lived in a senior community in Florida, with the intention to see what happens to men in old age. What I found disturbed me greatly. The old men were either sitting around the pool deteriorating, or they followed their wives around to endless meetings carrying their bags. Many of them were in poor physical shape and would shuffle along stiff and weak. I became determined not to let that happen to me. I would not throw away all the years I had devoted to practicing karate just because I had become lazy and hard training had become a distant memory of painful endurance. We all know that. Upon returning home from this trip, I expressed my feelings to my wife. She simply said, I've been telling you to go back to class. It's time you go. So I put my pride aside and went back to Keo's class. Keo welcomed me back as if no time had passed, but things were different. Not that class had changed, but I had changed. My perceptions had changed. I suddenly realized that I was on a new path in the dojo and with my karate, with a new emphasis and concentration on stretching and strengthening my body. I feel I'm in better shape now in my 60s than I have ever been. My goal is to keep improving and to be in the best shape of my life on the day I die. Follow along for continued readings from my book, Karate Beneath the Surface. Thank you very much.